Apple's iPhone 16 Pro is now here, and while many people have found it to be a bit disappointing compared to previous years, if you look closely, there are actually some really nice new features that might just get you to upgrade. So in this video, I'll go through the top 10 new features in no particular order, except that I'm going to leave the best 3 features for last, so make sure you watch through this entire video so you don't miss them. Starting with feature number 10, we have 45-watt wired USB-C charging for the entire iPhone 16 series. Now, Apple didn't mention this at all, but it was confirmed online very recently, with some tests able to get up to 39 watts of consistent charging speed on the iPhone 16. Now, the 15 Pro Max was limited to around 27 watts, which quickly slowed down to 25, so going up to 39 watts is a huge deal, hinting at the possibility of brand new battery technology that Apple didn't mention, most likely including major efficiency and thermal upgrades. For feature number 9, we have super thin bezels. We actually got some new hands-on footage from the Apple event with the new iPhone 16 Pro and Pro Max, and the bezels are shockingly thin and absolutely beautiful. So it looks like the leaks were correct about the bezels shrinking from 1.71 millimeters to 1.2 on the new iPhone 16 Pro, and from 1.55 to 1.15 millimeters on the iPhone 16 Pro Max, which is absolutely nuts. And this essentially makes them the thinnest bezels on any smartphone ever, which matters a lot to me because it's just so immersive. And now for feature number 8, one thing that I'm really excited about is that Apple finally upgraded their MagSafe charging coil after 4 long years of the MagSafe speed being stuck at 15 watts, and now it finally supports 25-watt MagSafe. The only downside is that there are still no 25-watt MagSafe car chargers out there, so the solution might be to just find one that simply holds the new 25-watt MagSafe puck if you want the fastest charging in your car. Now, speaking of MagSafe, Apple made the terrible decision of ditching their leather MagSafe case and replacing it with the fine woven case that was so bad they had to stop selling it. But thankfully, our sponsor Moft has their incredible snap case made from their premium Movas vegan leather, which doesn't fade, protects your iPhone from drops, and now comes in a beautiful new taupe color while packing very strong MagSafe magnets on the inside, which is perfect for their brand new Snap Invisible Phone Tripod Wallet with MagSafe, which instantly turns into a tripod that you can use in vertical or landscape mode with a huge range of angle adjustability. And this year, it's upgraded to now work as a wallet, holding 2 cards with NFC support so you can swipe the cards without pulling them out, and overall being the perfect functional set for the iPhone 16 series with its sleek, minimalistic aesthetic in either taupe or navy blue. So definitely order both of these today by using the link in the description and pinned comment below. Now, moving on to feature number 7, we of course have the new A18 Pro chip, which is actually a bit better than expected because we already have leaked Geekbench scores that look very promising. As for single core performance, we hit 3,409 points, which is just crazy, being 17% faster than the A17 Pro, while the multi-core performance is 18% faster, even though it didn't get any extra cores like I expected. So an 18% gain is really impressive, seeing as it's built on TSMC's 2nd Gen N3E process, which is technically worse than the first N3B process. And to my surprise, we also got an 18% improvement for the GPU, now up to basically 33,000 points in Geekbench 6 Metal, making the new iPhone 16 Pro officially faster than Apple's M1 chip. But wait, there's more, because the 16-core neural engine is a lot faster, even though it has the same 35 tops as the A17 Pro, scoring 34% faster in Geekbench AI benchmark. And now moving on to feature number 6, we have the larger displays. Yes, the new iPhone 16 Pro is now going from a 6.1-inch display up to 6.3 inches, while the Pro Max goes from 6.7 to 6.9. This is going to give you more screen real estate, which is always nice to have, while not actually making the phone too big to hold in your hands, because first of all, the bezels are a lot thinner, so the chassis chassis itself doesn't have to be as big, and Apple also decided to make the phones taller instead of wider, so it still feels great in your hands. I also like the fact that I'm getting a bit of a bonus compared to the regular 16 models, which are sticking to the 6.1 and 6.7 inch display sizes. Moving on to feature number 5, we have faster Wi-Fi and cellular speeds. First of all, the new iPhone 16 Pro models come with the new Snapdragon X75 modem, which is apparently giving up to 26% faster 5G speeds, according to new data from SpeedSmart. Not only that, but this new modem is supposed to be a lot more efficient, helping you save battery life and also keeping it cool. But the one I'm more excited about is Wi-Fi 7, because it's by far the biggest Wi-Fi update in years, automatically combining multiple Wi-Fi bands into one and seamlessly switching between them. This is so much better than what I'm used to right now, because with my Wi-Fi router, I have to have 3 bands with 3 different Wi-Fi names and passwords, and I have to manually switch between them. But Wi-Fi 7 does all of this for you automatically with only one Wi-Fi name to create, which is just so convenient. And now moving on to feature number 4, it's actually a huge internal structure redesign on the new 16 Pro models, which has multiple advantages, including performance. First of all, the back glass on the 16 Pro models is now bonded to an aluminum sheet, which actually makes it more durable and much easier to replace compared to the previous process, which was painful. And they apparently made the batteries easier to replace as well to comply with EU law. But the biggest advantage of all is that Apple included a brand new graphite-clad aluminum substructure to help spread the heat from the chip across the surface of the iPhone to dissipate heat faster. And with those changes, Apple achieved a 20% improvement in sustained performance, which, to be completely honest, is the most important thing when it comes to performance, especially for gaming, which is an extended workload where sustained performance is the #1 priority to keep the FPS high and stop display dimming. And now we have the best 3 features saved for last. So let's get into number 3, which is of course the new camera control button, which I don't think is the best feature of the 16 Pro series, but it's still a big upgrade, especially if you get some practice with it. You can lightly press to enable certain actions like locking focus and exposure before fully pressing down to snap a photo, or you can use it to switch between a ton of camera features with a double tap, and you can swipe left and right to adjust those settings like zooming in, for example. When you click it from anywhere, it opens up the camera and you can click and hold to take a quick video, and yes, it also works in portrait mode and will support third-party apps like Snapchat. But my favorite feature is with visual intelligence, where you can use your camera to look up information using Apple Intelligence like the breed of a dog just by pointing your camera at it. And now getting into top feature number 2, we have insane battery life. This year, the iPhone 16 Pro got a massive battery life improvement, going from 23 to 27 hours of video playback, which is essentially 18% more battery life, and it's the biggest increase out of the entire lineup. The crazy thing is that it's now rated higher than the iPhone 15 Plus by 1 hour, which is actually really surprising, because if you watched Mr. Who's the Boss's iPhone 15 series battery test video, the 15 Plus was by far the winner, even beating the 15 Pro Max. And now the new iPhone 16 Pro apparently has 1 extra hour of battery life, which is very impressive. And of course, there are other factors like the fact that the iPhone 15 Plus had a 60Hz display instead of 120Hz ProMotion, and it also had the old, weaker A16 chip. But now the new iPhone 16 Plus has basically the same A18 chip in terms of CPU performance, and its battery size only increased by a mere 3.8% compared to the 15 Plus, while the 16 Pro is 18% better than before. And finally, we have top feature number 1, which is massive camera updates. We now finally have a 48 megapixel ultra-wide camera, which means that macro shots will have insane detail, as well as ultra-wide photos in general having higher quality, especially at night since the sensor is now larger. And that will also help a ton for video recording as well, since it uses quad pixel binning to record 4K video with better low light performance instead of the noisy mess that we have right now. On top of that, the main camera has a sensor that's 2 times faster at gathering data, and it's got an anti-reflectivity coating to stop that annoying reflective light issue at night. We also have 4K 120 FPS capture for the first time, which is just insane, seeing as getting that on a Pro camera is very expensive. And the smaller sized iPhone 16 Pro now finally gets the 5x telephoto camera, which has been my favorite ever since upgrading to the 15 Pro Max, especially for portrait shots. So with that said, hopefully you enjoyed this video, and if you did, go ahead and click that circle above to subscribe for more videos like this one. Definitely check out one of those two right there. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.